Hi, it's Heather again with Murray's Home for Wayward Chickens. We have the conclusive results of the necropsy that we ran a few days ago on the chicken that passed. I'm going to have TJ try to merge the two videos into one. It's, I don't know how. So that we don't confuse anybody. We were mistaken with what we were looking at. We thought that they were tumors. And although they sort of mimic, I don't know. We tried to make a video that night to give you the results, and I just couldn't, because I just love the chickens, and I feel really bad that we weren't able to help her. But it turns out nobody really would have been able to help her. Those were egg yolks that we pulled out, and some larger potato-looking masses that are called lash eggs. So she was an internal egg layer that I had no experience with. TJ had heard of. And internal egg laying is caused by an infection of the oviduct called salpingitis. The big mass that we initially pulled out that looked like a big wad of fat was actually pus. Chickens make pus that's sort of like hard, like corn. So when they have an infection like salpingitis, they try to wall the infection off by forming this waxy, cheesy, yellow substance. It's their form of pus. And it can contain egg albumin, which is egg whites. It can contain yolk, some blood, egg shell fragments, even pieces of, the oviduct wall. But primarily it's just that yellow waxy stuff. Lash eggs are the big potato-looking ones. So the signs and symptoms of salpingitis are when you have a laying hen that's over the age of 2, that either starts laying soft-shelled eggs, misshapen eggs, or stops laying, and any combination of that can let you know that that is an indication that there's something wrong. Now, if you have a young hen who's just starting to lay, they're, until they're up and running and used to laying eggs, their first few eggs might be the little tiny empty ones, or just have egg white in it with fart eggs, or soft-shelled eggs, or misshapen until they get used to it. But it's not normal once their bodies get used to the laying process. The color doesn't really change. The size might fluctuate slightly, but for the most part, they're going to lay the same type of egg, like every 28 hours. If they're over the age of 2 and they lay a soft-shelled egg, it could be an indication that something's wrong. Also, internal egg laying, one of the signs of that they're doing that is if they have a stance like a penguin, or they tend to walk like a penguin, because their body is literally filling with an egg yolk every time they were going to lay an egg, and it doesn't finish forming and it stays internal. So that hen had 28 yolks that I counted, that I pulled out, in addition to the wall of the waxy pus that she tried to wall off the infection from. Salpingitis is one of internal egg laying, which is caused by salpingitis, is one of the biggest killers of egg laying hens. And there's a very poor prognosis for it, even when caught early. The infection to the oviduct, known as salpingitis, is either bacterial or viral. We don't know which she had because we didn't test for it at that point. But if you have a chicken that goes to see the vet, they're going to see if it's bacterial. They can have an antibiotic that'll treat it. And they'll either give them a hormone injection, or they could have to do almost like an IUD, a hormone patch under the skin to stop them from laying eggs while they're fighting the infection. Or if it's a severe case, they may have to perform surgery. I don't know much about anyone who's ever had surgery on a chicken, because chickens run the risk of catching infection in surgery so easily that they can die from the surgery. So it's not a common thing to have surgery in a chicken. And because the prognosis of salpingitis and internal egg laying is not great, and it's so hard to catch and so hard to detect, there wasn't anything anyone could have done differently for this girl. And to think otherwise is wrong. She came from a very loving home. She was spoiled. She was well cared for. And it's unfortunate that we wouldn't have been able to do anything differently. Even if we got her earlier, I wouldn't have known. I mean, I would have taken her to the vet, but who knows if anyone would have caught it. It would have been too late anyway. I'm just sad that we weren't able to help her. I also want to apologize. I had no business talking about the cost of a vet because it's different all over the place. We're in a rural area. When I lived in Syracuse and I had parakeets, I had to take one of them to an avian vet just outside the city of Syracuse, and I think I got hit for $150 for a checkup on a parakeet. So it was wrong to assume that it's $15 or $20 or $30 to take a chicken to a vet. We just happen to be in a rural area with a farm vet. They're reasonable. That's what the going rate is here. I should have been more clear. It's not about the cost. It's just if you have a sick animal, please take it to the vet. That's all. But that's all I have. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew. So that's what we found in the necropsy. I hope I never have to do one again. I hope I never have to see an internal egg-laying chicken die like that again. And we're just going to keep trying to do what we do and save whatever chickens we can. So, that's it. Thanks. Have a great night.